We're so close. We're so close. The mother needs to separate from the young boy energetically, not in presence. Right? He needs to respect her as a woman. Right? That she's a woman first before she's a mother. And unless you know how to respect a woman, you're not gonna know how to respect a mother. It's structurally impossible. But what happens is for a lot of black boys is that they sit there and admire the identity position of a mom, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're not good because you don't meet the identity qualifications." Instead of you're not good because I've met myself and I know it's good for me.
Okay, so then we have to figure out where's that taught, because the mother would have to teach the son to respect, or do we feel like they're getting this idea of good, which we kind of have to kind of uncover from their mirrors on like television or just what they perceive and the people around them. Like there has to be one case where we're like, okay, how did a mother raise a young boy that doesn't respect women? Like, is there something that's supposed to go on there? Like, because the young boy won't naturally have that maturity or understanding what to do, and that's just my perspective. Maybe there's something else that we can.
Now, let me tell you how this is supposed to typically work. Two parents in a household, right? Give mom gives birth. Energetically, we said like the mom has to start behaving as a woman who demands respect because the fact she's a woman, because that's what the man is going to do. Like we're just being serious, right? So the man typically is there to show the child the risks associated with not being humble around a woman, like actually explaining this. That's the whole point. The man is supposed to be there to show the child how to practice responsibility, and a lot of that is how to act around women. I mean, just being honest, right? Like, and in this kind of way, because the father's typically, running from the boy in their own lives, they just set the boy to run from them. They just set the boy up to run from themselves. So when he goes outside and undergoes his descent, when he comes back and faces humility, he lies because he doesn't think he'll be accepted, because that's what his father thought. Right? Like this is it literally comes down generationally like that. I think it's very important for and normally we have more of a community because us black people really value that. But I would say like right now the biggest thing that's important to show is to take him out of the glass. So like boys need chances to take risks and not see themselves in the reflection and have to be told that it'll be better next time, it'll be fixed, all that stuff. They need to sit in stillness and understand risks and let them bring their masculinity down to earth, right? Not down in a way that it's less prideful. No, it's masculinity, but on the ground, more rooted, right? Like, and then explanations that don't involve it'll be better next time. Just explanations, because it isn't always going to be better next time. Right, it isn't. That's what parents always miss. They always miss that. Because when you set the boy up to believe that once they learn once, it'll never happen again, it gets him to flinch at his own mistakes.
That's good.
Right, like he needs to know that mistakes happen and I learn from them. Period. That's it. That's it. There's literally nothing else to the whole like the whole equation. But sometimes when like what us parents like not even us parents, but I'm just talking about adults in general, like relating to children. We typically getting so beat up by capitalism that we too ready to put on the band-aid before letting the kid sit with the wound. We explaining wisdom when they ain't sat with nothing yet. Right, and they don't always need a mirror. So one of the time, and people don't understand that you don't need to always separate from your child physically. Energetically, it's important. You and the child need to be in timeout together sometimes, saying nothing. Saying nothing. It's not when could I get up. No, this is risk. We're sitting in risk right now.
Let's paint a scenario. I want to paint a scenario. Can you do that? Like, give an example of like maybe a mom and a son going at it, and then what it looks like. Like, do we? Because when I'm hearing sit in timeout, I literally am taking that literally, and I feel like that probably is something that I would practice and I find value in. But like, take me through the actual scenario, of illustrating this for someone in their day to day. Maybe the young boy is going through his hormones, and they're responding to their mom like they like, masculine or big man, and they probably talking back to the mother, and the mother feels disrespected.
Right. So one of the things that I would say is big, right, is understanding the cost to the child morally. Right, like, because a lot of parents just think like it's a me them thing. No, your child loses out when everything doesn't go right for you. I just want people to know that it's a direct relationship. So, like, for instance, in that moment, that boy might associate his masculinity with dominance, right? So he's trying to look for spots to equate dominance, right? But you can't give what you're not willing to receive. So if he's not even willing to receive what strength looks like from you, what instruction looks like from you, he doesn't even have it right now himself, right? He doesn't understand that. So I would say in moments like that, that would be a good time, one, to have him just sit, right? He needs to sit with himself. That's it, right? Or you could even let him sit with himself in just a mirror. And the things that he does with the mirror is important because he might make faces in the mirror. That's him making a mockery of himself. He finds himself as a joke, right? Like literally, right? Like that's how it turns out. Because people be thinking kids are playing. No, kids are actually trying to tell you how they feel about their own lives a lot of the time, right? Like so in that whole case, when he's looking at himself, the big thing that you would have to explain here is that you don't need to become someone. You need to be becoming right now. Right? Like you need to be here. That whole little dream, you think you'll just know how to listen to me in 3 months? You won't. You think in 5 years that you'll just know how to go act right in public? It just won't happen. So we just gotta sit here. Like we gotta be becoming right now. Now, it's difficult, right, in a situation where we don't have the community and like functioning in its way. Because the typical way it would go is that you would send your child out, they would come back with whatever happened, an adult would explain to you what happened, child wouldn't even speak. Then, after that moment, the child would just sit with it, and the whole point of it is that the child was accepted for the mistakes. It doesn't require a penalty, it requires them to sit with their shame. So, like, with a single mother, you have to interpret more risk because you have more risk in your own life. It's just a greater scale to the type of humility he needs, because he needs to know the life y'all are facing together, not the one that he's going to face, right? Like, because a lot of people were too busy preparing our child for adulthood, but not preparing their child for like this month's rent. Because I'm gonna act differently this month because this month rent is pissing me off. Like bring them down to the ground. Like when I be saying masculinity's in the air, I mean it's in the future for most men, and they don't leave that mindset. They like, I mean that it's in the money for most men, and they never leave the mindset. They think they can only act mature if they get $1 million. Like, you see what I mean? They always elevate where their masculinity should be instead of saying, "Here's where I am right now." And this is why it's so hard to have a kid or even meet men who have never met themselves. Your mother's supposed to be, the whole point of your mom is supposed to be there to show you yourself. Even if y'all sit there and beef, you met yourself through her, right? That's the whole point, right? And even if energetically things aren't the same and it takes him a while to understand, or like, you know, the value of you being a woman and all that instruction, all that, you were still the one to show him himself, right? Like that is immeasurable value. So I would say, like, people always think and this is a white supremacist like trauma that we have, is that we think unity means agreement, and it does not. Okay, unity means to disagree, but to understand that it's not chaos, it's jazz, right? Like we're just in the middle of two conflicting tones, but this is two pieces of the whole song, right? Like, so maybe he doesn't take punishment seriously because whenever he faced punishment, it wasn't about him, it was about how the world judged him, right? Things like that happen. What's the name? And that's how kids get desocialized, right? Like, so I would say, like, it's just important to keep in deep touch with this kind of thing. Because he got to understand the process. He's not learning how to respect a mom. Because he only going to have one of those. You are a woman. He going to need all of them. Like, what's the name?